Okay, welcome back to Carina Coen Channel. I hope everybody is doing well. I've been hearing from people who haven't been sleeping very well, and I've discovered over the years that honey is obviously a very ancient thing. It's been used for centuries. But honey is used a lot in skincare, and it's very good for our internal body as well, and it helps to boost our immune system. Now, it seems strange to be recommending honey during a summer period, but it can be used all the year round. So today I'm going to do, I'm calling it a Be Good ritual. It's a wonderful skincare range I found several years ago when I was writing an article on how many millions of bees were dying around the world, which is a huge concern, and that's something we should all, I encourage everybody to look into that, the bee cause, Friends of the Earth, and there's loads of different organizations that are trying to bring awareness of what pesticides are doing to all our wildlife and our water life, and particularly our pollinators. No pollinators, no food, no plants, no flowers. So I think we tend to forget that with our own stress, we're actually putting an awful lot of stress on the natural world. I can talk about that in another video. Today is about skincare. So it's a wonderful company called Be Good. I think you can actually get their products in Waitrose as well, but they have very good, very easy to follow shopping cart as well, and they do different sizes. Not in everything, but in a few things, so it's really quite useful. So one of the things you start off, which again seems unusual for skincare, have a tea. Again, I'm using lemon, ginger, and manuka honey from Puka, and then I put in some extra honey in the drink as well. And it's ideal if you can use honey that's locally sourced to you. This is where skincare starts, inside. So even as you drink, it calms the throat, calms the entire body, and grounds you before you even start your ritual. So like always, towel on the lap. I have a bowl of water with 2 hot towels ready for cleansing. I will write all this down in the feed so you don't have to remember everything. This is just a little extra. Again, you don't have to use anything that there's lots of things available. This is like a little extra friction to use for cleansing. So there's lots of different sorts of handheld facial cleansers that are additional. In a lot of beauty treatments, we often use machines. I don't anymore, I used to. But that's what they're sort of like a replacement of. It's like to get the skin to get a deep cleanse. So we're going to start off with a cream cleanser with honey and propolis. Again, so this is all Be Good, and I'll put the information below. So I'm going to wet my little face wash. Open up the container and pour a little bit of the cleanser onto the little beauty tool. So starting at the neck and working up, across the chin, across the whole jawline. Don't forget to do the entire neck area. And not too rough, and not forgetting the neck area. I know whether some of you are suffering, I get a bit of prickly heat on the décolleté area, but I'll show you what I use for that a little later. So carrying on up the face, if you feel you need more, you can always go back and add a little bit more cleanser onto the beauty tool cleanser. The forehead, mixing the cream all over the forehead into the hairline as well if you like. It's a little bit too rough kind of to immediately go onto the eye, but you can go around and you can definitely mix into the eyebrows. So again, back and forth underneath the eyes, going right, helping right underneath on that bone. And then the nose area. And the sides of the nose, under the nose, sides of the nose, and again back over the face. And you can go over the mouth, back and forth. And you can start again. So if you want to, you can go through the whole system again. Then you're picking up one of your hot towels. You're squeezing it so some of the water comes out and it's nice and warm, but again, it's not too hot, and you're pressing. Again, care taken for those who do suffer with prickly heat. You do not want to overheat that area. So very gently, and again, always with skincare, in my opinion, patting. Patting the entire face. Then gently pressing in with your hands and moving across the forehead, one side, across the forehead, the other, through the eyebrows, underneath the eyes, going out to the hairline, at the side of the ear, under the eye, across the temples, back to the hairline, across the cheeks, with a little bit of firm pressure, and then again underneath the nose, circles around the mouth, so that you're really helping to cleanse the lips. We can often forget with lipstick, and even with kind of old lip balm that's left there for hours, it's very important to remove all that. And again, little circles can be used, and this is like almost like a little massage at the back of the neck. And again, you're stretching the neck, releasing the tension, lifting up the neck, lifting up the neck, lifting up the chin, going right underneath. And again, tilting the head, and again, circular movements, releasing some of the tension, the side of the neck, and going across the chest. If you feel that you need to, you can use a towel and just gently press and pat your face into it. If you feel it's needed, especially if you're taking off an awful lot of makeup, you can go twice for that cleanser. Otherwise, you can go straight into your toner. Again, as I always say in my videos, toner is not for everybody, and some people prefer to use a spritzer. But as I'm working with Be Good today, I'm going to use the Honey and Wild Water Mint. Now, they say that you can use this as a cleansing water as well, but I prefer to use it as a toner. It's all to do with budget and time. So now the cotton wool is nice and damp. Sorry, itchy nose. I wonder what that means. Apparently it means coming into money. Oh. Now, so again, over the forehead, back and forth, and underneath the eyes. This is where you can do lovely circles if you like. Just makes it nice and relaxing. Now, if the cheeks are a little bit sensitive, this is a wonderful time just to do a little pressure on them. You're gently pressing in that lovely cool mint. As I'll be explaining later in some of the spray I got in a herbal apothecary, mint is very good for any kind of redness. Gently pressing under the nose, the sides of the nose and underneath. And again, circles around the mouth. Center the chin and out and underneath, lifting from the base of the neck and alternate up and down. It's like getting into a little bit of a rhythm. I like as well to go back in under the ears and the back of the neck. It's very cooling, and if you go up into the hairline, it's very, very soothing. And turning the cotton wool over, you can go gently across the décolleté. Very, very gentle, particularly if you're sensitive there, if you get any prickly heat. And release. Again, as I've said before, you can either just leave the toner like that. Excuse me, what's going on with my nose today? Could be a bit hay fevery. It's a good idea to take hay fever tablets if you need them, or else try homeopathy. Now you can use a tissue to either dry that toner in, but I quite like letting the damp soak in. But this is where we're giving our skin a little bit of a treat today. This is one of the most extraordinary masks I've ever tried. You really will feel like a queen bee. It's called Nectar Perfector. Again, all of this is in the Be Good website. But this is very good for repairing the skin. It's got camellia oil in as well, and very rich wheat germ oil, so it helps with your elasticity as well. So this is British honey, and this is just wonderful for any sort of sensitive skin. Obviously, if you're allergic to honey, or if you're vegan that you wish not to use honey, well then this video is not for you. So I've applied some of the honey mask into my hand. I'm going to use the other hand and go across the forehead, underneath, going across the cheeks, and then on the chin area and going across the jawline, and then underneath on the neck, using the whole hand, going up and down and turning the hand around the other way and going up and down. So this is now your final chance to sort of mix it all. You don't have to load on. You can get more out and load it on if you want, but it's almost like a thin film that you're placing over the entire face. Underneath the nose, the sides of the nose, not too close to the under the eyes either, but it can go right out the sides of the face, the sides of the neck, and then making sure your hands are clean, wiping them on the towel. Now this is where it gets a little interesting. Again, this is something I do. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to do, but I am crazy about crystals. And a lovely girlfriend of mine, Kate McKenzie, do check her work out. She is a love goddess. She's amazing. So quartz is, it's a clear quartz, and it's a master healer, and it can be used for anything, particularly if your skin is sensitive. It has the property to receive, store, amplify, and transmit energies, an organizing and a harmonizing effect on all parts of the body. When quartz is attuned to the person requiring healing, it can act on a very deep vibrational level, bringing the body, the subtle bodies, and the aura back into balance. Quartz dissolves areas of imbalance and any negativity and provides us with a sense of calm and clarity. It restores a more balanced energy to us. It's a very good healing tool, amplifying and strengthening the whole auric field. So this is very good to use when you're doing any form of meditation. But what I'll be doing today is working with it with the mask. So again, it is quite important that you set up a good atmosphere. like what I've done by sitting myself down comfortably, my feet on the ground, having a bowl beside me with the water, products, easy access. I mean, you may not want to do it all this way, but it does make a difference if you create it like a ritual practice. And the music I'm using today is Alan Rubik. It's called Elements. It's rubikrecords.com. Again, I'll write it in the feed below so you know. So this is based on the chakras, but it's slightly different insight because it's incorporating earth, water, fire, air, sound, light, and thought. So it's going into it on a deeper level. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off on the center of the throat chakra, and we're going to work up and down in ideally circles of 8. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. And then gently moving. Holding the crystal and going back in one direction, all the way up the side of the neck, aiming towards the jawline, going towards the base of the ear, and the other side. Holding the other hand nice and relaxed on your leg, being aware of your feet on the ground, being aware of your breath. Taking this time to be good to yourself. Again, holding the crystal, the base of the chin going across the jawline, all the way to the side of the ear. Starting at the base of the chin, doing little circles, because apparently this relates to the gynecological area. And at the moment we're having an awful lot of planetary activity. Today is the summer solstice, but there's like a lot going on. That this brings about a clarity and cleansing. So turning the head and bringing the crystal from the center of the chin all the way out to the side of the ear, lifting off, going back to the center of the chin and going back over the jawline up to the side of the ear, lifting off and going back, doing lovely circles around the lips, into the smile line, back and forth from the center of the chin to the side of the nose and the other side. And this will really help with your digestion. Back to the center of the chin, into the side of the nose and bringing it out. This really helps with your sinus, going back and forth, pressing into the side of the nose and lifting out, like as if you're going toward the center of the ear, pressing in the side of the nose and bringing out to the side, like the center of the ear, and lifting off, and the other side of the nose, pressing in and going across, finishing at the center of the ear, pressing inside of the nose, bringing out, finishing at the center of the ear, pressing inside of the nose and bringing out and pressing. Circles of 8 around the eyes. Paying attention to your breath, keeping your body grounded in the chair, your feet grounded on the earth, letting the core energies come up through your body to strengthen you and energize you. So there's no particular number of these, but the circle of 8 around the eyes is so good for you. 8 is the power of infinity. And I'd recommend a book called The Power of 8 by Lynn McTaggart if you want to know more. And also in the Carina Oracle cards. At the center of the forehead, you're moving up and down in a straight line, keeping very balanced. This is a wonderful way to release anger, to release pain and any anguish, and it's also very good for any lines in this area. Either side, we're going to go back and forth a little bit, just a tiny bit over one brow, back to the center, and over the other brow. Again, on the forehead, we're going to do circles of 8. And then we're going to do the other direction across horizontally, circles of 8. And finishing on the center. Placing the crystal on the top of the head. Again, the center in between the eyebrows. The center called the septum, in between the nose, which relates to triple heat. At the top of the chin, just directly under the base of the lips. The center of the chin. And the center of the throat chakra. And finishing at the top of the heart. Just gently holding and breathing in, taking 3 nice deep breaths, closing your eyes, keeping your body very still, being aware of your breath and being aware of your feet on the ground and your head absorbing healing positive energy, allowing yourself to become a channel to help to clear you. 1, breathing in through the nose and releasing out. Breathing in through the nose and releasing out. Breathing in the new positive light energy. Breathing out any past, any pain, any uncertainty. Let it go. And so it is. And releasing and putting the hands into a prayer. Then you can put your crystal back into the water. Wipe your own hands. And now you're ready to cleanse your mask. So again, taking a hot towel, squeezing out the water, pressing on the décolleté area very gently, pressing on the neck, pressing very gently on the face and the nose, pressing on the forehead, and then gently removing your mask. Going across the forehead, working quite deep, quite strong, but not too strong. It's always this balanced pressure, because anything that's too rough is really not good for sensitive skin. Again, all over the face and up and down at the sides of the neck, the center, sides of the neck again. And you can turn over and use the other side and patting the face with your entire hands. And again, going back and forth, softly, this time a lot more soft. All you're doing now is just taking off any tiny little excess. Gentle little circles over the entire nose area, the sides of the nose, under the nose, around the mouth, around the chin, and gently just checking that you've got every area cleansed. Wonderful. So now we're going to get ready for some eye cream, serum, and daily moisturizer. But just before we do that, I'm just going to remind people, if you go to your local herbal shop, where I am based, Patina is her name. She's an amazing naturopath and herbalist. So she gave me this spray with calendula and lavender and mint and chamomile. And what I do is I just spray it on the area that is the most red. And again, if you like, you can go back and use some more toner if you want to make sure that you've got every little bit of the mask off. So again, I'm just using organic cotton pads. Getting a little bit of my honey and wild water mint toner, placing a little bit into each pad. And again, starting at the base of the neck and working up, working in tandem up and down. It's a wonderful exercise as well for lifting the neck. And again, going back and forth from the center of the chin out to the sides, closing the mouth, going back and forth. You can see the center, the either sides of the nose, and going out. And finish. So we're going to finish with Propolis larch extract and blackcurrant seed oil in the Hydrating, Soothe and Prime Serum from Be Good. So I'm just placing a small amount, mixing that into the center of the palm, only the center, and using my hand to just gently press where I feel the serum is needed. So neck is usually the best area, and the center here. Any areas of concern, just gently pressing into the face, because remember, you're going to be using the eye cream. You can either do the eye cream before or after the serum, it's up to you. But this is a different kind of serum, it's more creamy. Usually I would use an eye cream before I use either an oil or a gel serum. But because this is cream, it's slightly different. I'm doing it in a different order. So again, just massaging this gently into the face. Whatever way you massage, there's no particular routine to this. I'm just sharing with you my routine. So this is the eye cream, again with honey extract, and a lot of ingredients there like oat and rapeseed as well. They give you the full list of ingredients on the website. So I'm only using a tiny amount. I could even use less than that, to be fair. And just gently placing with my little finger dotting across underneath. So even what I took out was too much. So if you have a little bit of excess, a great area to use it is sometimes here. Just that tiny little bit there in the neck, the throat chakra. So I'm pressing this eye cream in. Again, a lot of people think that eye cream is actually for eyelids. I don't. In my understanding as a beauty therapist, it's on the bone. Then you can massage the upper brow with a little bit of what's left over and tiny little gentle pressure underneath. And the final step is a daily moisturizer with honey and wild flax. Again, mixing into all the hands this time, pressing the neck and the face and the forehead. And again, only small amounts for the center, because generally the center T-zone is where the most sebum is produced. So always upward if you can. And the face feels lovely and calm and centered. Love to you on your journey. My name is Carina Coen.